No one on my list has ever apologized to me because none of them know.
So
So-
well, okay, that's a different thing though. So like for me, like I let them know.
yeah,
and they,
you also tell them like you're mad at them. If
Yeah.
I'm mad at you, I'm not gonna be talking to you, right?
Yeah.
Like I just don't. I like just talking to you will make me more mad. So I'll just
Yeah,
be like, all right.
how are you gonna how are you gonna do this with your girlfriend, man? When you're mad at her, I'm not gonna talk to you.
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm single.
I'm not
Also
talking
on
to
my
you.
list, also on my list, all my ex-girlfriends.
Hey there. Welcome to the Gluten-Free Organic Thoughts podcast, where you are encouraged to express your natural thoughts and views through casual, meaningful conversations that hopefully can lead to learning and understanding new perspectives. To find out more info, visit www.gfothoughts.com. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Wong and Robert Din. We hope you enjoy this episode.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another great episode of Gluten-Free Organic Thought podcast. My name is Michael, and always with me, Robert Din.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Just the boys today. We're going to be talking about something that's close to us, right? Like,
I think everyone has this, not just us. Okay, let's be honest.
I mean,
right?
yeah, but like, I got some real ones.
You got some real ones. All right. Before we dive into the real ones, what are you drinking today?
Today I'm drinking Phil's coffee.
Phil's coffee, brought to you by Phil's Coffee. Nice.
Phil's coffee, yeah.
I'm surprised you barely drink Phil's coffee. Barely. It's a rare treat. It's a rare treat.
I mean, I drink it because it was on the way home and the blue bottle was closed. So
I am drinking Earl Grey tea in my little thermostat. It's just a grey tea. Just keep it simple. Keep it casual.
Okay.
You know,
both of us very chill today. No, nothing crazy.
Super chill today. All right. So today's episode, like Robert mentioned, we're going to talk about something that is kind of close to us in a sense because we all tend to have grudges. And I feel like this is pretty relatable to a lot of certain folks. And I feel, and also on top of that, everybody manages differently.
Yeah.
Depending on the awareness you have, maybe depending on the background and depending on how patient you are, you may handle this very differently than us.
Yeah, this came up a little bit when we were talking on our 1 year anniversary. We were talking to who was Jonathan, and he had his friend who was doing stuff, and well, that was like a different situation where he just felt wronged by the guy, but like the repercussion of that in my mind would be that I would have a grudge against that person, which I think he just let it go. But like I don't know. Everyone
does it become your formal enemy in a sense?
Yeah, you get
your nemesis.
Your nemesis. Do you have like a Big Bang Theory? Sheldon has a list of enemies. Like that.
Oh yeah.
That's
see. I don't have that. I don't have a list of enemies. I guess you say. I keep my enemies close.
Oh, so it might be me. I'm probably on that list.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I really don't keep a list of enemies. I mean enemies. I just don't have the time and energy to waste on that, to be honest with you.
Wow.
It takes a lot. It will take a lot of effort and time for me to even think about that. So why would I want to waste time to do that if someone's not worth my time and effort?
Yeah. So you have no grudges at all?
Oh no, I didn't say that. I say that I don't have a list of enemies. It's a whole different question.
I mean, it's the same.
It's not the same. It isn't like a list of enemies is like someone that's crossed you wrong, and you really want to have either revenge or you don't want to talk to them ever again. Okay. Versus someone's grudges is like, okay, you know what? This something happened. They may not aware of it, but I make sure that if they're not aware of it, I'll make sure they're aware of it, and I'll tell them, listen, I have a grudge on you in a sense. To a certain degree, I'll let you know a little bit. At least that's
no, for me it's the having a list and having a grudge, they're the same thing, right?
Okay.
If I have a grudge against you, you're on my list. Like you're on my list of people that
you're
are
your shit list.
Yeah, you're on my shit list. I'm not really going out of my way to like think about it, but I have a list of people who I just don't really want to talk to.
Does that person know about it though?
No.
Oh, see.
And I'm not going to tell them.
Why not?
I'm not going to tell them until my revenge comes.
But isn't that too late though at that point?
No, it's not too late. It's not too late.
Okay, but let me ask you this though.
And like they made like it could be like they think that we're good friends or whatever. Like it could be anything.
But
Like
that's what I'm trying to say though. Like, how does someone know that you have a crush on them if you don't let them know?
because no, why do you need to let them know?
Because there may be something that they are not aware of, and especially if it's a friend, you want to let them know that, hey, you did this, blah blah blah. I'm not sure if you're aware of
No,
this.
anybody who's on my list is not a friend anymore. Like I don't.
Oh shit.
They're not a friend. Like those are people that I don't want to talk to anymore. I don't want them
But
to
what
be
if
part
they
of my
want to?
life anymore.
But what if they want to get off the shit list?
That's too bad for them. Like that, they shouldn't have done it in the first place.
So let me ask you this: what is the longest grudge you ever held, or still holding?
And my list is like pretty short. Like I don't have too many. I most of the time, like you can do a lot of things to me and like say a lot of things to me, and a lot of the times I just like, oh, I just like wipe it off. It's fine. It's not a big
Yeah.
deal. I don't really hold on to too much stuff. But
Yeah.
anytime you question, like I think that I think one
The
of the
longest
people
grudge.
on my list is from college. It's one
It's
of
like
my
it's like 10 years ago.
yes. It's one of it's one of the guys from it's one of the guys I've known since high school,
Okay.
and he didn't talk. He didn't even say this to me, so I'm 100% sure that he doesn't know, right? But he
course.
told my friend that I wouldn't make it. Like I'm not like
Make it what? I'm sorry, what do you mean by
like
that?
I just wouldn't be successful. Like
Really?
yeah.
How'd you
Like
find out about it?
my friend told me.
Okay.
And so I'm like, all right, fuck that guy. I'm like I'm
But
done
like,
with him.
do
So
you use that? But do you use that to fuel you? I'm just wondering.
yeah, and that's 100% what happened. And like eventually I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna like take it out on him.
But he doesn't know
I'm
though.
gonna get my
To be honest,
revenge.
but to be
No,
honest with
but
you,
he will see it once it happens.
he...
It will
but,
happen. I'm not gonna say what the plan is, but there's a plan that's
but
going in place.
would he even care at that point? Let me ask you.
Maybe not, but what I do, he'll care about what I did. So
are you just gonna show up in your Lambo? That's what you're gonna do? And park in front of his house?
no, there's no. There'll be repercussions on him that he would not like that.
Okay, so
And
he doesn't.
that's what the grudge is.
But the thing is that to me, he doesn't sound like he's aware of it. One.
I
Second
don't
of
care
all,
if he's aware or not.
no. But I'm just saying that. But I just feel like whatever you do, it may not be a significant impact to him. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, like there's stuff you can do that they will be impacted no matter what.
But it'll be like 10 years ago.
If I like push his face into a pile of dog poop, he'll feel it. Like that is.
I get it, but he doesn't know why though, and then he's gonna be like, "What the hell are you doing?" Like,
yeah, and it doesn't matter because at that point he'll feel it, and then I'll tell him.
I don't know. I guess now let me ask you this though. Now, do you cross the line of pettiness now? How do you know when you're not crossing the line of pettiness? I'm just curious.
Oh, I think all grudges are petty.
Like, not really. Depends. Like I said, it goes back to how you handle it.
Okay,
it goes back.
Tell me one of your grudges, and I'll tell you if it's petty or not.
No. I'm saying I'm not talking about the grudge being petty. I'm talking about how you handle it is petty. That's what I'm talking about.
I think if you have a grudge, it's probably petty. There's really not very many grudges that are
okay.
Like, what kind of grudge can you have that's not like, oh, you're being petty right now?
No, let's talk. Okay, I'm not talking about myself right now. So, for example, there's good way to have grudges that which fuels you, right? For example, Kobe Bryant always has grudges, and it fueled him his career. Even MJ looked for grudges to fuel his career. You know what I mean? And you saw that in the last day. He explains why.
But it's petty. Like
it is petty.
It is the whole thing is petty, right? Like Michael Jordan making up that like what's his face talked bad about him or something, right? That was petty. That is 100% petty.
But what he did was not petty though. I'm talking about like the grudges.
But like the grudge is petty. So that like it all is pettiness.
But I'm talking about what I'm saying is that though is what you do about the grudge. What is a fine line of pettiness or not? See?
What do you like? I don't know. Like having the grudge by itself is petty. So I don't know.
But Michael, okay, so let's go back to the example of Michael Jordan, right? Obviously, he made that up purposely to drag himself, right? But his action, though, it was more. I don't think his action was petty. I think having the grudge was petty. You see what I'm saying? Like having the grudge is definitely petty, but he used that in a good
I
way.
don't know why this
He ended up
is
scoring like he ended up scoring like 46 points on the guy, whatever it is, whatever. Okay.
yeah.
But I'm saying, like, what is the fine line between the action of your the torture grudge is petty or not petty? Like, you know what I mean? Like if he
you go
would
back to Michael Jordan, right?
yeah,
He
if he would
scores 40 something points on this guy, and every
Yeah.
time he shot the ball, he looked at the guy. That's
Yeah.
petty. It's still
but
petty. Even
but-
if it fuels you to something good, it's still petty. So
see,
I think it's
I
all petty.
feel like an action like him, like for example, like or an action of pettiness, for example. Okay, he heard the guy talk shit about him, whatever it is, right? And then the next play he plays defense, he pulls his pants down. That's pettiness. You know what I mean? That's just like being petty. Like that action is pettiness. But him scoring 46 points on him or shooting the ball, I guess shooting the ball, staring in his face all the time.
That's petty. It's all petty. Yo,
Man,
I don't think you can have a
you're telling-
grudge and not be petty.
So you're telling me Michael Jordan was immature for much?
Yeah, of course. I think if you talk to him about like all the grudges he has, like they were all like, I think he would even consider them to be petty, but that's what he wanted to be petty, so
but
that
he
could
wanted
be the
that.
best. Yeah.
Yeah. So now, why haven't you let go of the grudge then? I'm just curious.
Why haven't I let go of the grudge?
Yeah.
I don't know. When it comes to questioning my drive
Yeah.
and what
You
I
already
can
proved
do,
him wrong. You already proved him wrong already.
yeah, but I'm gonna show him eventually. All right. It's just
I'm curious to see. I hope you videotape this. I would love to see this. Show it.
I
on
don't
this
know if
podcast.
I should. I don't know if there should be evidence of this.
You're just gonna drive a Lambo up in the front of his house, park a Lambo in front of his house. That's what you're gonna do.
No, I don't know. Maybe I'll drive a Lambo past him and like make sure that there's mud there and just spray him. I don't know.
And your driver license says Robert Din.
Yeah. No, why haven't I let go of it? It's I don't know. I think it fuels me. So then that's why I don't let go of it.
That makes sense. So for me, most of my grudges, I guess, that I've held doesn't last more than 6 months, 7 months, maybe. And I guess for me, I'm also a very forgiving person on top of that too. But if you cross me wrong, I just don't talk to you. That's it. I don't really tell you why, unless you come to reach out to me, then I'll tell you why, right?
Well, then if there's people that you
I just
don't talk to anymore, isn't that still ongoing?
Yeah, but the thing is that it's not like they're on my shit list, right? So if they reach out to me, I'll still talk to them, but I don't go out my way to even bother.
I can see that. Like there's nobody that will reach out to me and I won't respond back. It's just that
It's because you're on the shit list. They're on your shit list. That's a different situation, right? Like you actually don't purposely respond back to them.
Yeah, no. Even if they're on my list, I'll still respond to them, and I'll still talk. I'll still answer them. I'll still answer them, but I won't. I'll be terse. Like I just won't give up more information than I need to, and I probably won't help them. Like if they ask for help, like I probably won't help them. I'll just be busy all the time.
I don't know. I just don't bother reaching out, to be honest. That's all. So that's me though.
No, but they're reaching out to you.
I'll take my time to respond. I may not even respond, to be honest.
Oh, you're a ghoster.
I'm a ghoster.
Maybe you are the ghoster. For me, if someone messages me, I almost always respond. There are people who, like the stupid people who call your phone for no reason, and just hang up. I answer a lot of those just because I just want to be like, hey, you got the wrong number. But then they're always just click and they're just like, I don't know.
What do you think they do that? I'm just curious. Like it's so random too. They just pick up and then like.
I have no idea. There's got to be a reason though. They
I have a grudge on that.
I'm pretty sure they're collecting the data of who's picking up and who's not. Yeah.
Really? Is it because they're trying to find out which number is active or not active?
I don't know. And this is all just like me making stuff up. I don't even know if this is real or not. But like, it's what it feels like.
So going back to the grudges, right? Let me ask you, what is a healthy way to actually hold a grudge? Do you think?
A healthy way. What have you seen someone have an unhealthy grudge?
Oh yeah, plenty of time. Like they actually do revenge on it. They actually, you know, act on it, and then they're not themselves pretty much because they let it build up for so long.
What do they do? They go and fight them?
Well, yeah, one of them result in a fight. Another one result in more like a car being destroyed. You know, little things like that. But it's still like at the end of the day, like I said, it's the type of pettiness that happened like 5-6 years ago. Yeah.
See, mine will probably end in something like that too.
What are you gonna destroy his Lambo?
Hey, I'm not gonna. I'm not saying what I'm gonna do. There's no evidence here.
That's true.
But he'll
but, okay,
know.
okay.
But it's
wait, how many people are on your short list? I'm just curious right now. 5, 6?
Nah, it's like 3 people.
Oh, it's not that bad. Okay, so it's not that long on the list.
Yeah, and it's and like a couple of them. Yeah, I only have one that I want revenge on. The other ones I just won't talk to them anymore. Like there's no need for revenge because they didn't preempt anything that needed revenge.
Got it.
Right?
Okay.
The other ones were just like they were shitty to me. So then I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna talk to them anymore.
So that's just pettiness at that point, though. Like, but would they reach out to you though? Would you still talk to them?
Like I said, I will respond to anybody who reaches out.
In that list, let's just say.
Yeah, even on the list, but I'm not gonna reach out to them anymore.
Right. That's true.
And
that's fair.
And that's how it is.
So I guess, you know, let me ask you now, going back to our original question for this topic or this conversation, when you should let go of the grudge?
When should you let go of a grudge?
Mm-hmm.
For me, like when there is I feel like when there's an apology that's done,
a revenge is served.
Or revenge is served. It's one of the two.
But how can someone know this apology to be done if they're not aware of it? What happened?
And that's the thing, right? Like I won't give up that information.
So
like
that won't ever happen. The apology will never come though.
Exactly. So they're always on my list because they never know.
Okay, so the way you handle grudges is a little bit different from me. So for me, my grudges are short, but I let them know why I'm mad at them, especially when they try to talk to me. I'm gonna say, hey, bro, what you did last time, I'm not good about it. I don't feel for it. I'd rather just not, you know, be involved with you. And at least I let them know how it is. If they're really sorry about it, they'll say it. They'll do whatever, you know. If they're not, they don't care. They're like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Then I realize, you know what? Just not worth my time. That's it. I feel like having that emotional energy behind it sometimes, but also at the same time, none of it was more like that has challenged me. Like, for example, like almost like a career thing, like you said, like yours. I do find small grudges against close friends just because I want to be competitive. But but
I don't think those aren't real grudges though.
Those are real grudges though. It's like
the TV thing with me and Sean where we were just like one upping each other. That's not a grudge, right? That's just us being competitive against each other.
Yeah, that's the same. That's not a grudge at all.
Yeah. But like, so let me ask you something, right? So I have one guy who we were cool all through high school, and then like we kind of like lost touch as we went to college. Like I went separately, like all to college, and he did whatever. And then one day I saw that he was in trouble on Facebook, right? So I reached out. I was like, hey, you need some help? Let me if you need some cash, I'll lend it to you, right?
Yeah, that's nice of you.
Yeah, I lent him money, and he's like, all right, cool. So then he didn't pay me back, right? And the next week I saw him purchase a like $10,000 motorcycle.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And I was like,
so do you think he was faking it for people?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. And then I tried for me, like the money is not that big of a deal, right? So it's I lend it to you, pay me back whenever you can. All right. Maybe this was already in the works, whatever, right? So then from that point, I started I reached out to him just to see what's up, just to say hi, and I wouldn't get responses back.
Okay.
So then from that point, like I'm like, all right, if you're not gonna answer me, you're not gonna like respond back, then you know what? I like that's it, it's over.
Okay.
And then like a couple of years ago, he reaches out to my sister and he's like, hey, Robert's not like what's up with Robert? I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck, this guy? Who the fuck is this guy? Like, why is he reaching
So,
out to my sister about like me? Like, it doesn't
oh
make
my God.
sense. And
What
he's
did
the
your
one
sister
who
say?
didn't talk to me.
I know. And what did your sister say?
Oh, she didn't say anything. She's
Oh,
like, oh,
okay.
whatever. Like, she
Yeah, of
doesn't
course.
even know I don't talk to him
Oh,
anymore.
Gretchen. Okay, of course.
You know, like, and it's that type of stuff where I'm like, all right,
So
you're the one who
cut. Yeah, they're the one
cut
that
me
ended it.
off,
Of course, yeah.
right? So like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to reach out to you, and then you come up to my family and try to say that I'm the one that's not responding. Like, that type of shit is like messed up. And
That
so
is
what
messed
would you
up.
do
I
there?
agree.
Would you reach out to him? Like, I don't even know if I can.
Um, I don't know. See, like we said, the money's gone already. At that point,
And it's not even about the money. Like, I didn't
at
like.
that point, it's not even a friendship anymore. And I wouldn't even care. I guess I wouldn't bother. If he really wanted to talk to me, he would reach out to me directly, not to my family.
Yeah, and
Okay.
my phone number has never changed. His
Yeah.
phone number might have changed, but my phone number has never changed.
Yeah.
So, and I'm
Listen,
still on Facebook. I'm
it's
still on
still
all over.
Instagram. Yeah, and he
There's
reached out to
still
me on LinkedIn. Yeah,
there's all types of ways if
well,
you
that's what I'm
wanted
trying
to reach out.
that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if somebody really wants to talk to you and try to reach out to you, they will go out of the way to somehow find the way.
Yeah, yeah. And I think
Yeah.
like it was just I don't know. I don't know. I was just like, this is such bullshit.
That's so random too, though. That's very random, though.
Yeah, and I was like, this guy, like,
Is he dying or something? Did you find out why he was reaching out to you?
no, I
Oh,
reached
yeah.
out to him because he posted on Facebook, which was my mistake.
No.
right?
No. I'm talking about like when he reached out to your sister. Did you talk to him or no?
No, because I don't have his number anymore. I don't have anything.
Okay.
Like
No, whatever. It is what it is. Let
it
it
is
be.
what it is what it is. I just told her, I was like, he's the one who stopped talking to me.
Yeah.
So like, it doesn't matter. It's those type of stuff.
So let me
like,
ask you this though.
Gave up on people.
So when you should let go of that grudge?
When?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let go of it. Like, why should I let go of it?
It's just that so long. It has been passed so long already. Why? Like, it's just.
And I don't even. The thing is, I don't think about this grudge list. Like,
Oh,
it's not like every day I pull up this list. I'm like,
these
these are the guys. I got these people down on my list. No, it's just like these are people that I don't want to talk to anymore. And
I get that.
And like I said, like I said on the podcast, the 1 year anniversary podcast.
Yeah.
If anybody of you haven't listened to that, you should go back and listen to our 52nd.
It's a great episode.
It's a good episode. Yeah, but on there I said if I stop thinking about you, like I stop. Like I don't ghost. You're just out of sight, out of mind. So like these people that are on my list, they're mostly out of sight, out of mind until someone talks about grudges, and I'm like, I got these people. Right?
It reminds you of that. That's what happens.
Yeah, it just reminds me of these people that I don't want to talk to anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess for me, like when I let go of a grudge, I realize there's no point of holding it. Yes, it may hurt as I'm mindful of what they did, but at the same time, for me, it's like I don't want to spend time and energy to even think about it. And I feel like my time and energy is worth more than that. And so for me, the way I handle grudges, like this is why I'm saying like most of my grudges don't last more than 6 months, perhaps, because at that point I was like, okay, cool, it's bygones, bygone. But also at the same time, I'm very forgiving to a certain degree where like, okay, and once you wrong me, I don't bother talking to you. Even if you try to go out your way to try to talk to me, sometimes I just ghost you. That's pretty much really it. But again, that's barely happened in any occasion, to be honest with you. So like that happened maybe 3 times my entire life so far.
Yeah. No one on my list has ever apologized to me because none of them know.
So well, okay, that's a different thing though. So like for me, like I let them know.
Yeah, you also tell them like you're mad at them. If
Yeah.
I'm mad at you, I'm not gonna be talking to you, right? Like I just don't. I like just talking to you will make me more mad. So I'll just be like, all right.
How are you gonna do this with a girlfriend, man? When you're mad at her, I'm not gonna talk to you.
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm single.
I'm not
also
talking to
on
you.
my list. Also on my list, all my ex-girlfriends.
No, think about. I mean, also is part of it. I think it does. I mean, it does have to do something with communication, right? In a sense, I think part of it is that yes, you want to do it, you don't want to do it. That's a whole different story. It's a preference, And knowing someone I guess for me, the reason why I want to let them know is because I don't want them to treat other people like shit like that, like to anybody else. You see what I'm saying?
Mm, that
That's the
makes
reason why.
sense.
That's the reason why I do it. I don't do it because I don't care about how they would treat me, because like, you already done my list. I'm just telling you, I don't want you to treat other people like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care about that. But like no, like for like honestly,
Yeah.
people like don't get on this list just because they've done something
No, of
once
course.
or twice or
It,
whatever.
it takes something big for you. That's what it sounds
It
like.
takes something very big, and then
Yeah.
I will always like I am one to like reach out to people. So like I will reach out to you, and it's when you don't reciprocate, that's when it's like, okay, now like you don't want to make anything up, right? Like
It's true.
you don't
Yeah.
want to make anything right. So it is what it is. I'm just like, all right, like
I don't.
it doesn't matter.
I don't know, Robert. You never reach out to me to see how I'm doing. You know. You never
Man,
reach
we
out to me.
talk like every other day. Like there's no time for you to like wait for me to reach out.
Oh, really? Is that how
That's what it is.
is this how we're wording this right now? No time.
We have a group chat where we talk every day, and I think we're the two that talk the most on that chat.
I think so too. I second that. This is why we have a podcast, man. We don't talk enough in the chat.
We don't talk enough in the chat.
No, but in reality, right? I feel like, okay, there's good way to have grudges. There's bad way to have grudges, right? I think like if it affects you mentally, mental health wise, to hold a grudge, and it affects you mentally, you have to think about it consistently. That's bad.
Yeah. If it's always on your mind,
Yeah,
that's a
that's really
problem.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm more of the out of sight, out of mind.
yeah.
So all of these people just like fall out of my brain, basically.
I I mean, like, there are grudges where it is like you try to be competitive. That's a different type of grudge. I do feel like there are different type of grudges where it's good to have some. It's not necessarily a thing that you must need in your life, but but at the same time though, if you have it and you can use it to your own, I guess, willpower to gain something out of it, so be it. Sure, that's what drives you. But also this also matters, I guess, what kind of personality you have, because I feel like with different personality you may hold grudges slightly different.
Oh, that's
And
true.
you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
true.
for example, like you're introvert, right? You're holding your grudges to yourself internally where you don't want everybody to know. Well, an extrovert, sometimes people just, I'm letting you know because that's how I feel, right? Even though you
Yeah.
have a grudge.
It's also how people uh I don't know. I don't know if it's like like you know how they have like different love languages? There's
Yep.
also like it's also similar to that, I think, where like people have relationships in a different way. And
Yep.
so when someone like me has a grudge, I'm usually very talkative to people, so that me not talking to you is a
It's a
big
big
sign,
deal. Yeah.
right? I yeah, it's and then the motivational factor of it is also like I'm also very motivated. So like having something to just add on to that motivation doesn't hurt me at all. It just pushes me further.
I feel like my motivation factor, my competitive factor is dwindling down every year as I get older. I could
You
care
think
less.
so?
I think so. I don't know, man. I used to be so driven. I don't know what happened to me.
I think my competitiveness has been uh moved from work to other things. And it used to be like, oh,
Really?
game, like I used to game a lot and just be like,
Yeah.
oh, all the like I used to play Call of Duty so much and I used to want to be the best at that. And then now that's just shifted over to different like mobile games. But like every time I'm in anything competitive, I get really mad if I lose.
Oh
Even
yeah.
now, I get
Sure.
so mad.
Yeah, you
And
get so
it's
mad.
yes, and so I still have that competitiveness. It's just focus in on like smaller things rather than like bigger goals
So
that
for
I
me,
have.
my competitiveness, I kind of, my competitiveness at work, I'm kind of about it now. I used to be really competitive at work. I used to care a lot more about, oh shit, this person's doing this, I gotta do this now, I gotta top this now. I'm like,
Mm,
cool, you do your own thing. I'm like, cool, I did this already, I'm done.
that's true. Yeah. No, I've seen that. It's also like like the higher up you go, the smarter people you see, right?
Yeah.
And then like I don't know. I've got to the point where I'm like, I don't think I can beat this person. Like I'm not that smart. Like I'm just there's different levels, and I'm at this level, you're at this level. I'm not going to try to outdo you because I know I can't. And I think I've learned how to give up on stuff that I know is not gonna happen. Right.
Oh, like, see, I feel like for me, I it takes a while for me to give up on it, but also at the same time, it's part like, okay, I know that for a fact that, okay, I know that I probably cannot do this. However, though, if I don't try it, I cannot say that I try and fail, right? So you see what I'm saying? Like, let's say, for example, okay, I know for a fact I'm not DNA wise, I'm probably not gonna be able to talk. I just know it. Okay. But if I don't try it, and at least give it my best for like these 2 years or something like that to try it, I would never know.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not like that. I will, and it's not like dunking or whatever. It's like
even at work, right? I've done it already. I'm cool. I'm done. I'm up. Okay, time to move on. That's all it is. Like, so like unless I'm in my new environment space, okay, I say that I end up going to a startup. Okay, then I realize, okay, well, I need to step up my game because this helps drives the company stuff, because now you're not just a number. Now your work is more impactful. So therefore, you really want to stay competitive, right? So that's different field though, at that point. So I would be competitive for that because I know that I'm working something bigger than myself. But I also try to find competitive. I feel like I compete with myself more than I compete with others. Like, let's say for an example, one of the biggest things I wanted to do this year, I really wanted to prove myself I could work out every day, no matter what. I don't care how busy my days gets. I make that as a priority. But it's more of a mental challenge that I'm trying to compete with myself, that if I don't keep doing this, if I stop one day and I'm so close to it, to almost the end of the year, like I get mad about it, like, and I will hold a grudge against myself actually.
Because, so how do you get rid of that grudge?
So that takes a while because I have to be okay that I was just okay, I was the one in control, and I was the one that didn't do it. There's no one else to blame but yourself. So the question is though, it's like, okay, cool, you could forgive yourself, but what are you gonna do about it? See?
Okay, so you need a justification to let go of that grudge against yourself. I don't have grudges against myself. I don't think I've ever had a grudge against myself.
Okay.
Not like that. I'll be upset with myself, but in the end, like I don't know. I don't get mad. I get mad at myself, but I don't get like, it's not a long anger, right? It's a short anger.
I don't get angry very often, but I hold myself like, you know what? 3 months ago, I did this. I should have just done this differently. Blah blah blah. Like, like it's not really regret. It's more like, better, but you're so mad about it. Like, I don't know. It's weird. But I've learned to deal with that differently as I grow older. So like that list of grudges almost never really happen. And plus I don't get mad very often. If I do get mad though, I'll let you know that I'm mad.
When was the last grudge that you had?
Personally, or
like any grudge? Because mine, it has been a long time. I want to say maybe 6 years, 7 years ago.
I'll say probably due to an ex-girlfriend. That's my last grudge. It was more like not understanding it, and this is why I had the grudge.
But you had grudge against her?
Kind of her actions, not her.
Okay.
Her actions, right? And then once I understood it, I ended up deciding to just let it go. There's no point. There's no time or energy to do that. So, but that took me a while to kind of understand that. And it was more because I was not having, I guess I may not have the self-awareness to kind of comprehend that at that time. And I guess throughout a little bit as I grown, get to know myself a little bit better, read some books, I guess, I really started dissecting the way I was thinking stuff better. Yeah. So, but again, I think, like I said, everybody handles grudge differently depending on personality, depending on the awareness of themselves, depending on how much they know themselves and the security, their own security as well.
Yeah. So, I was like, for me, it's like, it was like, it happens very rarely, like these grudges. So like the last one was like 6 years ago. Before that was like 10 years ago.
So it's not like an every year event for you.
No, I don't have like someone bumped me in the street. That guy's on my list, right? Like it's
shitless.
yeah, y'all are all going on my list. Nah, it's very it's very intentional, right? And like it has to feel intentional whenever
it had to be purposeful that they actually did this to you.
Yeah, it was like a purposeful actions that they've done. So for me, like I don't feel and even like the stuff that people have done, like as long as I'm cool with them, there's nothing that's real. Like I don't know, it's hard. Like if you had done something to me, I would just be like upset with you, and then in the end, like we're still cool, we're still friends. You just like let it go, right? It's stuff like sometimes you just let it go, and if anything, like you're a good friend of mine, so I would talk to you and be like, hey, this is messed up, and that was it. But like if you did something to me and then you'd stop talking to me or something, right? And like we had no way of like reconciling that. That's it. Like like all right, you're on my list. That's it. Done.
That's true.
It's just stuff like that.
So what kind of advice do you give to somebody who's younger than us about grudges? Like what would one advice be? Just curious.
About grudges?
Yeah.
I would say don't think about them too much. Like as long as if you have them and you don't think about them too much and they don't like overtake your life, I think that's better.
That's true. Yeah, that's 100% for
sure. And you have to like you need to understand yourself, right? So like you need to understand how these grudges are affecting you, and if they are pushing you and you have
a negative way,
and if pushing you in a negative way, then you need to reassess how you're handling it,
or find someone to talk about it. Sometimes finding someone to talk to about it too, because you'll get a different perspective on how they think, and they're gonna be like, oh, well, why you thought about it this way? And then it gets you start thinking about stuff the way you think about stuff.
Yeah. But then there's people that try to get you out of your grudge, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't like it for mine because mine are so specific.
That's a different question. That's a different topic though, because at that point they're just trying to tell you like, dude, you're just being petty.
Yeah, that's what it's every single time.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. Let me have my grudge.
Let me ask you, does your mom know about this?
No, nobody.
Now she will know. Now she will know. You think she will talk to you about this?
Maybe, yeah. She'll know now, but like she still doesn't know who it is. So like, there's a lot that goes into it.
I heard you had a grudge. I don't know about this for 10 years now.
Yeah, and you won't find out until it's done.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry. All right, we're gonna wrap this episode up with our extra MSG funny session and rant. So, Robert, what do you have for us today?
Oh, okay. So my funny thing.
Yep.
I have this. I'm going to send to you. So McCormick has a new job that they have on their website.
Okay.
It's called Director of Taco Relations.
Yo, I'm down.
This person is going to be paid $25,000 a month for 4 months for 20 hours of work a week.
Eating tacos?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna apply to this. How do I do this?
Oh my god! You just need a 2-minute. I think it's what is it? A 2-minute video, and then your cover letter and resume.
Listen, how many Asians gonna apply for this? Let's be honest.
You have 2 days, Mike. You have 2 days.
Not many Asians.
That's true, and you speak Spanish, so I think you might have a leg up.
I'll be like, yo quiero Taco Bell in Spanish, you know.
In Spanish? That's already in Spanish.
I mean yeah. In Chinese, I just say.
Yeah, I saw this. I was like, man, I love tacos. This would be great.
Yeah, oh, that's so good. That is so good.
Director of Taco Relations. Every company should have this.
Oh my god, dude, that's so awesome though. Like I thought they do seasonings. How did they get involved in tacos? Oh, it's for the kitchen development. That's what it is.
I think my mic hasn't been on the whole time.
I heard you the whole time.
All right, Mike, what do you have for extra MSG?
All right, so for extra MSG session, I have a funny video because we were just talking about I think a couple episodes ago about I guess acting in a sense, like faking injuries, stuff like that.
Okay.
And so So this is a Reddit post. It's so people who are not watching this, it's pretty much a Reddit post, and the title goes, "The award for best actress goes." It's pretty much indoor soccer for girls, and this soccer player wearing this orange vest crosses it over and then pushes it over, and then once the girl kind of wearing the black shirt kind of pushes it back, and then she try to use the back leg to trip her, and then she just taps her little leg, and then the referee comes about, and then she just suddenly just falls in the floor. Sorry, like, LeBron, pretty much. Just I'm an angel, you know.
Oh my god, this
He
is
just
so
drops to the
funny.
ground. It's such a delay.
She faked the trip, or like she tried. I was a really horrible attempt at a trip.
Yeah,
right.
But
and then
she
the
just
girl's
drops.
like, oh, and she like raised her hand and then falls forward.
No, she raises her hand first. Referee, hello, and then falls down.
Referee, hey, and then she falls over. Like, this is ridiculous.
Okay,
this is why people don't like soccer. Like these things that they have. Every level of soccer has this.
I mean, if she would have felt on the initial trip, then that would have been more.
No. You can no. Like every level of soccer, even the highest levels have the worst of it, right? Like you look at like Neymar and like all these like soccer players, they'll like fall over and like it looks like they just broke their leg every single time, and they're like sprawling and like, oh my god, and then they'll jump back up and then go play, and you're like, what was all that? Like what was all that? Why even do this? And that's where the NBA players are like getting it from too. Now the NBA players are all doing that.
I know, but it's because now they're purposely making the referee make a decision in the game, right? And just it's kind of hard to see that though. Like it kind of takes.
If I was a ref, I would let if you act like that, I would never call it.
You would eject you. I would eject you. To be honest with you.
Maybe they should be ejected, but like, yeah, I just won't call anything that's like overly excessive. If you like, he could have tripped you so hard or like hit you. Yeah. And if you're on the ground like thralling and then you jump up later, I would get rid of the foul. I was just like, all right, no more foul, because that was fake. The whole thing was fake. Even if it looked real, it's fake. I'm
just saying it's so crazy nuts though. Let me tell you, like it's super nuts. I was surprised that how that I'm like literally like it wasn't even fluid. It was not even fluid.
Yeah, it's just so funny. She like raised her hand. The ref saw her and then she fell over. Like what the hell?
Oh man, it's so crazy. All right, so you're gonna end your episode with kind of rant that you have, Robert, for us.
Oh, rant. Okay, so I've been having some like medical issues where like I've been getting like bloody noses like every single day.
Today, like this past couple weeks?
For like 2 months now. It's been
that's crazy.
On, right? And like every day I would have like a bloody nose just randomly throughout the day. And I had this like a while ago and they thought it was my CPAP, right? Like I have a CPAP for my sleep apnea. It's just like blowing air into my nose, so it's drying it out. Yeah. So then they told me to hey, try the humidifier on there. Yeah. I tried that. It went away for a little bit and then now it came back, right? Like now I'm getting nosebleeds every day. And so I went to the doctor. I was like, I don't think it's a CPAP because I've been using it for like 2 years now.
And it suddenly just happened. It makes no sense at all.
Just started a couple months ago. Yeah. And he's like, let's send you to an ENT, like an ear, nose, and throat doctor.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
The doctor comes in, like I tell the doctor what happened, or the physician's assistant. I told them what happened. The doctor walks in and is like, it's your CPAP. Like 100% it's your CPAP.
Really?
It happens very often, very common, right? And then she goes and she tells me, she looks at my tonsils. She says my tonsils are huge, really big, and that like they could do surgery to get rid of my sleep apnea. And and I was like,
what?
Why was this not an option given to me at the beginning of all of this?
Was it the same ENT or different ENT?
No, this is the first time I've ever been to an ENT.
Wait, how'd you get a sleep apnea without going to an ENT?
No, they send you to a sleep study place.
But how would your primary diagnose that? The primary cannot diagnose that for you.
Yeah, they can. They can send you to a sleep place, and the sleep place will give you a test, and the test will tell you.
So you don't need an ENT to go to do that. Also, for my dad was different. My dad had to go to ENT first to get that sleep apnea machine.
Oh no, mine was like he sent me. They sent us to a place to do the test, and then the
Yeah.
test came back and it was like, oh yeah, you have sleep apnea.
Yeah. So my dad happens that the ENT sent him to a place, and then he was able to get the ENT machine. The primary care wouldn't do that for us here.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was just like, yeah, just go take this test.
So now she says a CPAP machine. What do you do about it now?
So
Do you have a doubt? Do you have a doubt? Is that true though? Like, do you doubt her or doubt him?
no, because like when it first started, it was because the CPAP machine.
Okay.
I don't know why it stopped for a little while and then came back.
Okay.
But now I stopped using the CPAP for a couple of days. I still get I'm doing some stuff to like I need to like my nostril needs to like
Yeah.
I don't know,
Rinse
get
off.
better, right? It needs to
Yeah.
get better first before I can actually see if it's the
You need to rinse that off. You need to keep it clean, let it heal.
So I put like I don't know, Vaseline or whatever on there and like to seal it off. So I need to to figure out first. But I think probably I guess it's right because my doctor also said the same thing. And then now the ENT also said the same thing. But
so now
what my rant is that why didn't anybody tell me I could get my tonsils removed and like other stuff done to like not have sleep apnea anymore? Like, why wasn't this an option?
Because probably they don't think you could afford it.
What? They're on my shit list now. Damn. Why you look at me? You don't think I can afford it?
Well, also part of it's because they never send you to your ENT. You think about it. Your primary should have sent you to your ENT if that happened, to be honest with you. That could be your primary slacking.
I don't know. But like they should have, because my doctor has also told me that like I have big tonsils.
Yeah.
So why didn't he say you need to get those removed and it would help?
Because probably for him, his primary care, he may not click with that. That's just why you have to go to ENT to do that. Probably.
I don't know. I feel like this should have been.
I don't think your primary care.
It should have been an option. Like
from the beginning.
Like it should have been like, oh, you can get a CPAP or you can get like some surgery done, or we could do these tests to see if you can get surgery done to fix it.
Well, the things that though, like the primary care would never know that. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think they would ever know because
how would a regular, like if you're a regular doctor, you should know that there's ways to get rid of sleep.
Well, to be honest, I would have probably most primary care should have sent them probably to a specialist first. Say yes, hey, you may be diagnosed with sleep apnea. Let them prescribe whatever method to treat that.
No, but even so, like he should know that there are options outside of a CPAP machine.
I mean, at that point, you're just having shitty primary, then perhaps. You know, but again, best benefit of the doubt, right? You never know. He probably never thought about it. Who knows?
It's fucking bullshit. All right. Like if I knew I could get surgery to like get rid of sleep apnea, why wouldn't I do that instead of having a machine every night?
So now let me ask you this: not knowing that you have an option, will you do it?
Yeah.
So what did you are you gonna find out more information? What kind of surgery it is?
Yeah, I gotta figure out. Like probably it's what is it when you get your tonsils removed? Tonsillectomy or whatever. I don't know, but it's probably something like that. And I need other stuff because I don't know. I have nose stuff that doesn't work right.
Just get a new nose, man. It's fine. Get a new nose.
I'm gonna look like Michael Jackson.
While you're at it, you must get a new nose.
Yeah, might as well get a whole new nose. See what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I gotta see how much it costs and everything. But like, it makes sense to like have an option of in the future, you could get surgery to get rid of this, right? Like
at least tell you about it. At least.
Yeah, I wasn't even aware. I thought everyone who had sleep apnea just had the machine forever.
Yeah, I agree. I actually never heard about it either. So now, to be honest, I didn't know surgery was an option.
I didn't know either.
I feel like a lot of these doctors, and then I'm not saying for everybody, right? I feel like they just give you the most common way to fix something, but then if you keep asking them, there's an alternative way to do this. That's another way. But you gotta keep asking them. I feel like sometimes, but we shouldn't be priving information out of you. In a sense.
How do we know what information to pry out?
My point exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's the question.
Well, that's what I'm dealing with a lot of dilemma with my dad's situation right now. I'm prying out information left and right for different specialists.
Yeah.
And it's annoying. That's what I want. One of my biggest frustration about that. So
yeah. That's why we should just go on WebMD and then
That's a healthy eater.
diagnose ourselves with cancer every single time we have anything.
I do wish though. Okay, so this is my vent. Okay, my vent is similar to yours, where I feel like the whole situation in healthcare, I feel like there's no standardization across board, and then they're not standardization of communication among specialists each other. Everybody thinks they're right to a certain degree, or they don't want to take responsibility. Oh no, it's that's their issue. They handle this. Oh, because they're specialists, they're gonna handle this. Like they're pushing up responsibility, and I get it because of the liability issue, but at the same time though, unless you're super rich or ultra wealthy, you don't have a team of doctors that will talk to each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like the super rich and wealthy, they have a team of doctor specialists that talk to each other day-to-day basis.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And so the frustration part about that's like, as an average person, you don't know any better because you don't know how to ask questions. So I do wish there was like a boot camp class for the average person to kind of give you some basic terminology stuff, how certain things work in your body, so you can ask questions. At least I will have the knowledge to ask.
But like there's like so much that goes into that because everyone has their own issues, right? So then it's hard to have what, like, you don't want to teach someone terminology for stuff that may never come up.
I agree, but I'm not saying especially terminology, hey, about the nervous system. I'm more worried about how the body works with each other. Like, how does the kidney affect your heart? How does it affect heart?
You went to biology class, right? You know how all that works.
They talk about individual pieces. They never talk about how these connect to each other. How
true.
How does the heart affect the brain? Oh, how does the brain affect the heart? Things like that, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just such a weird, like, an average person don't know much, and they rely on it so heavily that you would think that your doctor will be act the best interest out of you. But at the end of the day, you're just a number for them. Mm-hmm. You really are.
You know what, Mike? You should have a grudge against them and then just get super rich and then have your own team. That's should be your motivation. There you go, Mike.
There you go.
We figured it out.
Screw you guys. I'm gonna get my own
super rich to get the top tier team of doctors out there.
Lined up, you know.
Yeah.
Available 24/7.
There you go. Yeah. And then like can some of your friends get some quality time with them too while they're
it's fine. They just gotta pay Michael Wong health insurance care. That's it.
That's what you gotta do. You just gotta you create your own healthcare.
Your own health group.
Yeah. It's called.
We'll fly the doctor to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Wherever you live.
It's called Wong Care.
There we go.
Wong
cares.
We're starting it up. You can either get Obamacare or you can get Wong Care. Which one do you want?
Exactly. There is some Chinese medicine alternatives for Wong Care, just so everyone know.
Oh, there you go. It's probably cheaper in the long run. It's probably cheaper to get Wong Care.
Yeah, or about preventative, not your reactive. You know. All right. With that being said, long story short, yeah, you could have grudges that will help you, that can motivate you, but you also have grudges that can hurt you. So, with that being said, though, there is a healthy way to deal with it. If there is, and also, like, if you don't feel like you're dealing with this healthily, talk to somebody about this. I feel like holding it in doesn't help. You know. So, all right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts, please subscribe, and make sure you leave a comment. We want to hear what you have to say about the podcast. Tell us your grudge and tell us how you handle it.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to hear other people's grudges. Maybe I don't want to be the only one that's like, oh, I have this stupid grudge for like the past 10 years that I'm going to get revenge on soon.
and if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit the smash subscribe button right there. Hit the like button right below us, please. But again, leave a comment and we'd love to hear from you. Mm-hmm. But other than that, until next time, everybody, take it easy.
All right. Peace.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Gluten-Free Organic Thoughts podcast. As always, we appreciate you. If you are watching us on YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this episode, and leave us a comment. If you are listening to us, please leave us your honest review on your preferred podcast listening platform. And as always, you can find us on social media at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at GFOThoughts. Drop a comment and give us some feedback. We would love to hear from you. Until next time, see you then.